Well, I'm here.
Will you tell that guy I'm giving him the chance of a lifetime? Do you hear? The chance of a lifetime.
He says it's the chance of a lifetime.
Again, passion and intimacy. It's a beautiful scene. It's a truly beautiful scene. I think in last clip we had passion, intimacy side by side scenes. This one we've got passion and intimacy stuffed together in the same scene. From the way that, George, I guarantee like a couple times he smelled, her perfume, or he smelled her hair. Um, and as she, would turn and she would look at him and, think to herself, how great it would be if she could have him. And, he would look at her and he's fighting clearly about like how much he wants her, but at the same time doesn't, because he doesn't want to settle down. Which also, this is not a clip that I show, but it's also pretty cool. um from since day one, Mary's been down. You know what I mean? Like, Mary's not like, she doesn't hate Bedford Falls. Like, she left Bedford Falls, she went to college, George didn't get to. um but like, when she was homesick, she's homesick because she missed George, you know? So, like, if George wants to go and travel the world, like, she'll go travel the world with him. But at the same time, she knows George's heart, which is why when they had the run on the bank, she shows up and she's like, let's sell this honeymoon pot. Like, let's let this honeymoon pot, let's take care of people, because I know that that's the heart of the man that I fell in love with. The man who jumps into, an ice pond to save his brother, the man who's looking out for everybody, the man who, again, does think about himself but then makes the conscious choice to put others first. But again, it's the beautiful tension in the scene. And then they touch noses before, they even say anything else. And how you get the juxtaposition between the business proposal, the business idea that Sam Wainwright is talking about over the phone, but then also George and Mary's own personal life. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. And one of the first steps, honestly, to when we get to the end and we talk about how George is the richest man in town because of his friend. Mary is the linchpin of all of that. She's the one that Clarence was going and get his wings and such, but like, she gives George the ability to fly. Like, she is able to fulfill and fill up George's cup. And it's not to take away from, his desire to go outside of the town and honeymoon. And I like to think that at some point in his life, George does get out of Bedford Falls for some time and get to really, enjoy himself, enjoy the world, look around, and so on and so forth. But his heart, of course, nobody's forcing him to be where he's at, but his heart pulls him back to where he's at. Um, and like I said, you see all of that in this moment between the two of them. Mary looks up at him and you can see her wanting to say something. And again, she goes, and at the end, he's like, I'm giving him an opportunity of a lifetime. And she's like, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. She tells him it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Like, their love, this moment between the two of them is the opportunity of a lifetime. And he doesn't get it yet, but he knows he can't fight it. George honestly does go where his heart goes. Um and yeah, he can't fight it. And then that's why the very next scene you have them getting married, because he can't fight it. Like, and again, intimacy and passion. Like, he goes into it. Like, probably could have shook up homegirl a little bit less, but I digress. you know, he goes into it and it's just like, I don't want this and I don't want that. Like, but I have to. And then that same passion and everything, he just allows it to pour into her, and she pours that same passion back into him.